Something about this time of year makes the passage of time feel unreal. I feel like I just filmed my last project pan a week ago, and it's actually been 5 weeks, maybe closer to 6 weeks now at this point. And I haven't filmed anything in between last update and this update, so you're gonna get technically 2 project pan updates in a row. I have ideas for videos, so expect some soon. I would really love to get back on a schedule. Anyway, because it's been a little bit over a month since my last project pan update, I actually have some pretty decent progress to share. And I'm not gonna go in any particular order. I don't know if I have been so far with this project pan, but I'm just gonna grab stuff. Okay, starting off strong with a perfume. This was my summer perfume that I was trying to finish before fall started. And I got really close to finishing this at the tail end of summer. And this is the Sol de Janeiro Sol Cheirosa 62. I started panning this at the end of June and was able to finish it a few weeks ago and get started on the next perfume that I'd like to roll in, which will be my fall autumn scent. And before I move on to that one, just wanted to give some quick thoughts. I'll talk about this more in my upcoming empties video, but this was a very summery scent, very gourmand. It was perfect to wear during the summertime. But moving on to my autumn scent, I like that even more than this one, so I was ready to move on from this one and move over to Nirvana Bourbon. And this is one of my oldest perfumes, and I'm actually only down to this part of the bottle. You'll see better in the photo. So I'd say I have about 1/4 of the product left. This is a beautiful scent, sweet, a little smoky, beautiful, and I think I'll have no trouble finishing this before it starts to get too chilly. It's even great for the winter too, so if it takes me a little bit longer to finish it, that's no problem. But I definitely feel like I can have this done by the end of the year. And then from there, I'll move into a winter scent. I think I already have a perfume in mind for that, but maybe I'll open it up to a vote again like I did with the Sol de Janeiro one. Okay, this next one I didn't technically finish, but I am rolling it out of the project pan and I am decluttering it. And that is the blush from PYT in the shade Exhale. I have worn this a total of 316 times, and I had been working on it for the majority of this year. Last month, it was getting to a point where a lot of the pieces were chipping off when I was trying to use it. So I said I would crush it up and put it into another container. And as soon as I put it in this container, I lost all will to continue wearing it. There is so much product left in there still, and the thought of trying to wear it enough to finish it, I just had no desire to do that. I have worn this hundreds of times. I think that's okay. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm just gonna declutter it. It's one of my oldest makeup products, and I really, really enjoyed it and valued it while I had it, but I'd like to roll in a new blush in its place, one that I actually think I can finish. That blush is actually from a face palette from Natasha Denona. It's the Love Glow Cheek Palette. I took out one of these products because I liked it better as a glittery top or eyeshadow, so I put it in a single eyeshadow pan, and then I started wearing the blush more often recently because it's a beautiful glowy blush, and I hit pan on it. It's a more delicate formula. It crumbles very easily, so I have to be really careful when I pick it up, or else it will chunk off too much, more than I can use on my cheeks. But it's a really beautiful glowy blush. I'm really loving that right now. And because I've already made such great progress on this, admittedly I've only worn it 42 times and I already have this giant dent. That makes me feel like if I do focus on it more, I could have this finished by the end of the year, or at least be really, really close. And it's been a long time since I've finished a blush. I kind of just want that right now. I don't think I would ever desire to finish this highlighter, but maybe this cream blush I would. I have some other cream blushes that I'm working on, including the one I'll talk about next. So I won't focus on any other parts of the palette just yet, just the blush. And yeah, I just feel very motivated to reach for this, I think because it's already shown such great progress. It's so different from the PYT Exhale blush, which took me months and months and months just to hit pan. Let's move on to that cream blush. This one, the Never Ending Cream Blush from M Cosmetics in the shade Rose Milk. I still get enough product every single time when I'm wearing it. I enjoy wearing it. I have to be close. I have to be close. I've worn this 183 times. How is there that much product in here to be worth 183 wears? No idea, but I've gone through 2.77 grams in the last update. At this point, I'm not sure if this will be done by the end of the year. We'll just have to see. This next product, I am hopeful that'll be done by the end of the year just because of the pace I've been going over these past several months, and that's the Jason Wu Magic Spell Potion 5. In my last update, I had hit pan on the bottom of the container, And so you're seeing progress more quickly than you might have in previous months. And I've gone through 7.07 grams. I really feel confident that I can have this done by the end of the year. I'd be surprised if I didn't. This next product I also don't think is long for this world. This surprised me in a lot of ways, the Sacheu lip liner stain in the shade Clover. A previous stain I had gone through took me like less than 50 wears before it completely dried up. And this one has defied all odds. I have worn this 95 times and it's still kicking, but for the past day or two, it has felt significantly drier than previously. And with my first tube of Sacheu stain, once it started feeling like that, it really dried up very quickly after that. I probably had less than a week left and it was completely gone. So I'm at 95 uses now. Maybe I'll make it to 100 uses. Even so, that's significantly more than the previous tube did. I guess it really just is, you need to use a brand new tube when you wear these. Don't just let it sit around after you've purchased it. Try to wear it more to get your money's worth. And I've gone through 1.02 grams in the last 5 or 6 weeks. Next up is the NYX concealer. I've gone through 1.09 grams of this. I've definitely made some significant progress. 99% of the time I'm just wearing this as an under eye concealer, but on occasion I will wear it also as a foundation, and I go through it much more quickly when I do that. I'm not in an absolute rush to finish this. I don't really think I'll have this done by the end of the year, but I do take this with me when I'm going on trips or going on like a weekend getaway or something, so I imagine I'll have similar progress in my next update because I do plan on taking this with me on a weekend trip that I'm going on. Actually, in a few hours, I'm heading out. Anyway, good progress on this. Nothing really exciting to report. However, my next product is very exciting because it's an empty, and that is the lip liner from NYX in the shade Natural. I actually just finished this today. I didn't realize I was so close to being done, but I looked down at it and thought, oh, maybe I should sharpen this, and then realized that there was a big hole in the center of the product. So when I did go to sharpen it, there just wasn't anything left to sharpen. So it's officially done. It's exactly like the other two that I finished this year. Once I hit the middle of the X in NYX, it was empty. I went through 0.47 grams of this, and it's one more lip liner down. Really excited about that. And when I thought about what I wanted to bring in next, I thought I would bring in a shade that I love wearing during this time of year, which is a darker mauve shade. And this is from About Face in the shade Little Little. I've already worn this a ton, and it's one of those more creamy lip liners that I tend to wear as like an all over lip color. I imagine because of that, I'll likely go through it a little bit more quickly than I do with these stiffer pencil formulas. I did notice, maybe just from the cold weather, that when I wiggled it, it does come out. And so I'm just gonna make sure to be super careful about that. Squish it back in whenever I feel like it's getting loose, and just be careful with it. So hopefully it doesn't fall out and like touch the ground or something. I don't imagine I'll have this done by the end of the year, but I think I'll make great progress. And this is a color that I really love wearing during this time of year, so it's perfect. And this is starting at 4.08 grams. And the last product is my bronzer. I do a rotation style panning situation with these, where I bring in a bronzer, I track my uses, and once I hit up to 50 total uses, then I roll it out and bring a new one in. For the Fenty Beauty one, I had already worn it 32 times as of my last update. I wore it an additional 18 times to reach that 50 uses and rolled this out. And the next bronzer that I want to bring in its place is this one from Vive. I really thought I would have hit pan on the Fenty bronzer after 50 uses, because from seeing other people pan this, it seems like it's very easy to hit pan on. But I use a much lighter hand when I wear bronzer now, and I use a much softer, bigger brush. So I'm probably just more evenly wearing away at the pan than just like one spot in the middle. I can kind of see the outline of the pan underneath, so maybe I'm just not that far from hitting pan. But yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. With the Vive bronzers, these are pretty tightly pressed, and they are pigmented enough that I don't need to pick up a lot of product each time I apply it. And because this is a duo, I am going to count them separately and try to reach 50 uses on each side. This cooler side here, I have already worn 25 times, so I need to wear it 25 more times to hit my 50 use goal. And the one next to it, this slightly warmer, deeper one, is at 22 uses. So I'll need to wear this one 28 more times in order to hit that 50 uses. So by the time that this is rolling out of the project, I'll have 100 wears on this duo total. Because we have 2 months left of the year And because of how often I wear makeup, I feel like if I really do just focus on these two, I could hit 50 uses for both of these by the end of the year. And if I don't, it'll be really, really close. So to give a quick recap, I'm rolling out the Fenty bronzer, the Sol de Janeiro perfume, the NYX natural lip liner, and this PYT Exhale blush. And I think next month I'll have the Sacheu lip liner stain finished, and I'll have really great progress on the rest of it. I might be done with the primer. I can't say for sure. And maybe the M Cosmetics cream blush will be gone. Maybe it'll surprise me. Yeah, I don't know if I'll have as many empties my next update as I did this time around, but I feel like I'll have made great progress and I'll have like a really nice finale for the end of the year. Like I said, I have a lot of ideas for videos, including a low-buy update, because I have been on a relatively extreme no-buy for the past like 6 months. So stay tuned for that and stay tuned for my next update. Hopefully I will be able to stay on a schedule and do it a month from now, the end of next November. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video.